The Leafs have not.
Perfect transition.
Yeah, it has not been good for them, and it hasn't been great for Auston Matthews. And we were talking about him in the last hour, and he's coming off the injury. He played the other night in Columbus. Last year, he had an injury-riddled season. Was a captain at the Four Nations. Didn't have the greatest tournament. Was okay. Actually, I thought he had a really good. It wasn't a gold medal game, whatever the hell they called that game, the championship game. I thought he actually played really well and had ample opportunities in overtime to win that game, and he couldn't beat Binnington. And we were discussing, with the Olympics back and how significant it is, especially in the U.S., because it's such a huge profile for the game and for the American players in particular on NBC. We talked about T.J. Oshie over 10 years ago, how big he was because he scored in the shootouts. But if you're trying to get a read on how big that's going to be for Matthews, for Auston, his profile, we presume he'll be the captain again. I don't know if you have any info on that. But what kind of how defining could this be for his legacy, particularly in his home country? What could happen at the Olympic Games this year?
Absolutely. I mean, you look at TJ Oshie, and now all of a sudden he's a colleague and on the desk here at ESPN because he's such a household name. And of course, he had a great career. But all of my friends who are just casual sports fans know Oshie because of what he did in that Sochi Olympics. As for Auston, look, I think the captain question, I'll get there first. I think USA Hockey, every time I talk to Bill Guerin about the makeup of the team, how he wants to make the team, the first thing he always says is, we really liked our Four Nations team. We were a really good team. And because of that, I just don't get the sense that, A, they're going to make many roster changes, and B, they're going to make a leadership change. And even though there are a lot of guys that have loud voices in that, we know the Feschuk brothers have basically become the face of it. I think they'll be heavily marketed in the U.S., and I think when they come out of the Olympics, especially if the U.S. does very well and gets a gold medal, they're the ones that are going to get the biggest bump. I expect Auston Matthews to still have the C because there's nothing that he did not to earn it, right? Or to have it taken away or somebody else to go over him. As for what this could do to him, I mean, I think he's been criminally undermarketed in the NHL in a lot of ways, and I think it's intentional, right? He's so focused on the ice and so focused on being the right role model and the right person for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and that's a really tough market to navigate, that he said no to a lot, and he's been very choosy about what type of opportunities he gets. And let's be honest, there just haven't been that many opportunities here in the United States for hockey players. But he's so marketable in the terms that he's from Arizona. He has a Mexican heritage. He's just a wonderful player to watch, that if Team USA wins and if he has a good tournament and he's wearing that C, I think some of those opportunities are going to come to him that he cannot say no to. And we're going to see him in national ad campaigns. We're going to see him, cross over on things that are transcendent beyond hockey. And it will be absolutely massive. And I know everyone listening to this is probably a hockey fan in Canada, and they're like, how much bigger can he get? But trust me, a lot of my casual sports fans here in the United States don't know Auston yet, but after the Olympics, they probably will.